I'm going to make some phone calls and, see if this is legitimate or what. I said, okay. So he called around, and then he got back a hold of me a couple days later and said, it looks like it's real. So, I wrote back and said, hey, I'm blown away that he even knows who I am, what's up. So they flew me to Minneapolis, and I got picked up in a little limo at the airport and taken to the Country Inn and Suites in Chanhassen. And I'm just waiting there in my hotel room. And what's going to happen? So I got a phone call and pick it up and said, Mr. McKee, yeah, this is Prince. How are you doing, man? What's up? He said, I was just listening to some of your work. Thanks, man. And he's like, yeah, man, it sounds real good. We're going to have the limo pick you up, and the bass player and the drummer are at the hotel as well. We're going to pick you guys up and come over here to Paisley Park in about 15 minutes. Like, okay, so go down to the lobby and meet those guys. That bass player, her name was Ida, and the drummer was John Blackwell. And got picked up, taken over to Paisley Park, and walk in, and there's this big foyer with all these platinum records and his symbol on the floor, and then I started hearing all these weird sounds, kind of sound like birds or something. And I look up, and there's a balcony, and all around it are doves in cages all along up at the top. What? There's doves up there? He's like, yeah, man, there's doves up there. Cool. And then Prince suddenly appeared walking in up there, up on the balcony. He said, all right, we're going to meet down at Studio A down there, everybody. I said, okay. So we walk in there and wait, and he comes in. And he asked me to come into the control room with him at first, and he says, man, so you control the masters to all your music and everything? I was like, yeah. Because he was, of course, always a big proponent of artists being in control of their music, I was like, yeah, actually I do. So I was like, that's good. How long you been playing, all this, talking about guitar for a minute. And then, like, all right, let's go in there and jam. So, we go in there and do that, and I'm going to, tell you right now, I'm just not the world's best improviser. I can kind of keep up, but it's really not my forte. I'm just kind of, okay, yeah, kind of do it, but I kind of like to write tunes and play them, So, I felt like I was looking like an idiot a little bit, but he's like, that's cool. And then he asked me to play some of my own tunes, and so we did that. And he's like, that's really great. So, what are you doing this year? And I said, man, I got some time in May where I don't have anything booked up. I was really lucky that year to open for a progressive metal band called Dream Theater. Yeah, one of my favorite bands since I was 14. And, that was a huge honor too, but I said, after that, there's nothing going on. We did a bunch of stuff in Asia, me and Dream Theater. And so he's like, all right, well, we'll figure something out. So I was out doing my own thing, and then next thing I hear, he's like, booked 9 concerts in Australia, and he wants me to be the guitar player on. I was like, okay, man, so what are we doing, Right back, we're doing Raspberry Beret, 1999, what are we going to do? And so I flew back again to Paisley Park, and we worked up a medley of about 5 tunes. And he's like, all right, this is cool, and set to go. So I was doing the way it worked out was I was going to finish with Dream Theater in Thailand and then go right down to Australia to do the shows with him. So when I was in Thailand, I got one more email, like the day before I was supposed to go down there, and it said, this is your outfit, in the subject line. And so, he had some outfits back in the day. So I was kind of reluctant to even open the email. I don't know how sequins look on me, but didn't want to find out either. So I opened it up, and it said, Mr. McKee, we'd like you to open the concert as well. And maybe you could start down at the front of the stage and maybe play something in a major key, kind of groovy to start things up, and maybe make your way towards the center stage and change it up, get a little bit more mysterious. As you go, your 50-foot cape will unfurl behind you. And we'll have images of fire and water and the universe projected on the back of the cape. It's not a joke. It would be amazing, And so I read the email, man. I don't know if I got intimidated or embarrassed or what, but I was like, man, I can't do the cape. And so I told my manager, he was like, man, I don't think I can do the cape thing. And there was this supermodel girl who wore the cape, and I just got to play guitar. They lifted me up on an elevator in the middle of the stage, all this smoke and laser beams and 20,000 people, just like tonight.
Yeah.
So, it was an absolutely mind-blowing experience and humbling just to even be in his presence. I don't know, I imagine not everybody's a big Prince fan here tonight, but he really, really was an amazing musician. Yeah. And just to be in his presence was inspiring every night. And you know, we'd have after concerts, after the concert, like at a place that would hold 200 people, and we'd go in there and he'd want to play some more, and he'd have little parties at his hotel room and have a DJ there. And one night he told me to bring my guitar, and so I did that, and we were up till like 3 a.m. And then he looked at me and said, "Mr. McKee, you got to calm these ladies down." Did you grab your guitar? So
Yeah.
he wanted me to play some acoustic guitar, you know, late at night, and I played that last tune, Ryan Lynn, and that's when he looked at me and said, "Man, that's the one I heard on YouTube, and maybe want to even get a hold of you, man." I was like, "Man, thank you," you know. And
Yeah.
I'm really depressed, I'm going to tell you, for about a week, you know, ever since that happened. It's, I think when all that stuff happened, I kind of took it for granted or something, but you know, he was really just an unbelievable musician, and I feel just lucky to have even got to meet him. And after that tour, you know, I actually wrote him an email saying, "Man, I don't know if I'm the guy for this. You know, like I said earlier, I kind of like to write my tunes and do my thing, you know. So I didn't really want to be somebody's sidekick or anything like that. So I just told him that, you know. But he got a hold of me 2 more times over the years and said, "Man, we should do an acoustic album. You want to arrange this?" And I'd send him an MP3, and then I wouldn't hear anything. He was always thinking of other things and doing stuff all the time. And even just back in December, it came up again. He wrote, his manager wrote mine and said he wanted to do something, but didn't pan out, unfortunately. But in any case, to start those concerts, I ended up playing this tune.